Shika, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Shreyans, where were you yesterday? Okay. So yesterday we did separation of substances. Okay. Today we'll be taking up changes around us. Share screen visible? Isn't share screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. So then we will be answer in one or two sentences only. Okay. Everyone read out the question and write your answers directly to me in the chat. Breaking of glass tumbler and burning of paper are changes in which we cannot get back the original substances. So what's the difference between these type of changes? Think, frame your sentence the best you can and share. I hope everybody got the question. Or you want me to explain? Tell me. Waiting for your answers. Nishika, Neha, Shreyans. Here is something different because students want some of the questions. This is the answer from Neha.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Yeah, the action. Just we have just begun the question answer session of the changes around us. Look at the first question on the screen and show your answer.
Okay, ma'am.
Shared others. Come on. If you need any clue, please let me know. Breaking of glass tumbler, if we want to stick it back with a glue or something, we cannot get the glass exactly it was before. Similar way, if we burn the paper, we cannot get that same paper back again. Shreyans, you have just picturized what happens when once a tumbler, glass tumbler gets broken and a paper gets burnt. But like your answer doesn't reflect what is the difference between these two types of changes. Reaction and Nishika, where are you both? Do you want the chapter revision once, theory part revision? Let me know. Because I thought this chapter is so simple. Just about physical and chemical change, reversible and irreversible change.
Ma'am, I was not present in this chapter, ma'am.
Action, I remember you were present when we were doing this chapter.
I was not present.
Pardon?
Ma'am, I was not present, ma'am.
Okay. Have you not done this in school?
No, I was not there.
School.
Yes, ma'am. They didn't teach this chapter.
One? Okay. Then, okay, fine, fine. Let's then quickly summarize the chapter. Wait. So this is all about the changes taking place in our surrounding. For example, we observe the plants growing. Although the growth of plants is so slow that on daily basis we will not find any change. But if we look at a plant in a month or in an year, we'll definitely see the change. So change is taking place. We see growing of our height. We see the growing of like increase in our weight. We see day and night. We see what else we see. What type of changes do we see? We daily cook the food in the kitchen. We wash our clothes. The water gets used up. We sometimes we see the garbage is being burned, and the vehicles are running on the road, so fuel is getting combust. So various kind of changes are taking place, out of which some can be reversed back, some cannot be reversed back. Okay, so an alteration in the physical or chemical properties of a matter, either physical means appearance, size, its shape. Okay, but chemical properties means when we cook the food, like suppose I'm cooking potato. After that cooked potato, can I get that raw potato again from that same potato? No. So this means that potato has undergone the chemical change. Okay, due to some kind of energy. The changes on anything may affect the size of object, color, shape, state, taste, odor, etc. Okay, almost everything in the surrounding undergoes some changes. Changes are have always been happening and will keep on happening. So effect of any force, like suppose we take a dough of wheat flour and we make it flatten and keep it on a pan and we get a chapati. So that is a effect of force. Effect of heat or any reaction. All these are factors which make a thing go undergo a change. Okay.
Object is moving from place to place. Is it the same?
Priyansh, you need to speak louder. I cannot hear you.
Ma'am, if the object like car, ma'am, is running, ma'am, is it a same thing?
Write in the chat, please. Your question part was not audible with that statement. If object like car moves, is it a change? No, just moving of car, if you say, is a change in its position, but can be reversed back. We can bring that same car back to the same position. Okay, but the fuel which is undergoing combustion during that movement of car is the change which cannot be reversed back, because fuel once it is combust, we cannot get it back.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
now read this. Reaction, please read this difference quickly.
Ma'am,
What?
I need to read the difference, ma'am.
Yes, allowed.
Reversible change. Changes that can be reversed by reversing the action. Ma'am,
Hmm.
changes that can be reversed by reversing the action or changing the conditions. Example, freezing of water, rolling of a chapati from dough, etc. Irreversible, irreversible change. Changes that cannot be reversed even after bringing about changes in the conditions. Example, rustings of iron, cooking of vegetables, etc.
I hope you have got the difference.
Yes,
Freezing of water and then taking that frozen water out of the refrigerator, we'll get the water again. So
yes,
there was a change in the state of water, which we got back. Rolling of chapati from a dough. If you again take that rolled and flat chapati and like take it in your fist completely, you can again convert it into that dough. Irreversible change. If you have noticed, many of the metal objects in our home undergoes corrosion with the effect of heat, effect of air, rain, etc., they accumulate a layer. You find like brown flaky substance on the metallic objects, their color gets changed. We say in Hindi, jung, है ना, jung lag gayi hai. Cooking of vegetables. Once a vegetable has been cooked, we cannot get that same vegetable in the raw form again. So such kind of changes irreversible, and few are reversible as well. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, okay, this is the activity that you have to do in homework. Let me share another PPT. Now, there are two types of classification. One basis was if the change can be reversed or not reversed. Another is whether the change is physical or chemical. Nishika, read the difference.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
And you are muted.
Yeah, Nishika.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and read this out, please.
Yes, ma'am. Physical change. It is a change that occurs without causing any change in the composition of matter. Usually, these changes are reversible in nature. No new product is formed. These changes have no impact on the molecular composition of the substance. A few changes occur when cooling and heating is done. For example, boiling of water, melting of ice, growing of height, etc. Chemical change. It is a change in the chemical composition of the matter. Chemical changes are often irreversible.
Wait,
These changes.
wait. While she's reading up the points of chemical change, parallelly, please look at the point of physical change also. It will be easy to spot the difference. Okay.
These changes often lead to formation of new products. These changes have direct impact on the chemical bonds and molecular composition of the substance. These changes involve absorption of or release of energy. For example, cooking of rice, burning of matchstick, etc.
Physical change occurs without causing any change in the composition of matter, whereas chemical change is actually the change in chemical composition. Okay. Usually, not always. Okay, note this thing. Usually, physical changes are reversible, like rolling off the dough or getting back the same dough from the flat chapati. Chemical changes are often irreversible, cooking of vegetables, rusting of iron, digestion of food, etc.
Yeah, ma'am, physical change is always reversible or usually, no?
Dear, usually it is written, no, not always. Exceptional. Definitely, there you will face one or the other case where you will see that it is physical, but it is not reversible, like breaking of glass.
Okay.
No, no new product is formed as we just get back the same product back. But in chemical change, it always lead us to the formation of a new product. Physical changes have no impact on molecular composition. That's a similar, like just another words for the first point. And chemical changes have direct impact on chemical bonds. Uh, Few changes occur when cooling or heating is done, and chemical changes involve absorption or release of energy. And go to the examples. So, next, again, there are a few examples I'll be sharing. Go through these slides later on. Neha, read this, please.
Yes, ma'am. There are other ways to bring about changes in substances. Mixing two substances together.
A small amount of curd is added to warm milk, which leads to conversion of that milk into curd. This is an irreversible change. When we add salt to water, it becomes salty. But this is a reversible change. Expansion and contraction. Expansion. A process in which an object becomes bigger in size. The particles expand or become loose. Example, metal expands on heating. The amount of expansion differs in solids, liquids, and gases. Gases expand the most while solids expand the least.
Hmm. So there are other ways to bring about changes in substances. Like if we mix two substances, everybody must be well familiar with the formation of curd. We need just half, we can say half a spoon, tablespoon, or 1 teaspoon of curd to convert like almost about 1 liter of milk or 2 liter of milk can be easily converted to curd. Okay, so this type of change is irreversible. Or when we add salt to water, it becomes salty. But this is a reversible change. Means the salt gets dissolved, it gets disappeared in water, but still we can get the salt back again. We'll read this. Okay. Next comes expansion and contraction. So process in which an object becomes bigger in size. The particles expand or become loose with the um, change or variation in temperature. The amount of expansion differs in solids, liquids, and gases. So gases expand the most actually, while solid expand the least. This is like when we inflate a balloon. The balloon always occupies a spherical shape. Why? Because it tries to take up almost all the space that is possible for gas molecules. But this is not with the solids. Solids expand. But that expansion in solids is not visible. We cannot observe that change. But yes, they expand. So if you have seen the railway tracks, in the railway tracks, like two parallel lines, there are some space left between those two tracks. That main thing about which on which the wheel of the train runs, there is some space left with those lines. Why? Because in summer, with the extreme heating up in the daytime, that metallic track expands, so that on expansion they did not feel hitting each other or something. So the space is almost about with the idea how much the track will expand so that it can just fit into the remaining space, the free space. Okay. Yeah. And now,
Shall I read?
yes, Shreyans.
Shall I read now?
Yeah.
Contraction. A process in which an object becomes smaller or shrink. The particles contract or become tight. It's called contraction. In order to make tools like an axe, the ring of its iron blade is heated, which allows it to expand. For example, become larger in size and then is allowed to cool down, which makes it contract again. Become smaller in size, leading to tight fit of the handle.
Okay, so mostly in order to fit the metallic things, the other thing in which we are trying to fit that metallic object will be heated so that it shrinks a bit, and then so that it expands, and we fix it so that when it will be loosened, they will get fixed into the material completely. Mm. Who is gonna read this now? Shreyans, read expansion in solids.
Okay. Expansion in solids. Railway tracks consist of two parallel metal rails joined together. Small gaps called expansion gaps are deliberately left between the rails as there is an expansion of the rails in hot weather. Then an expansion in liquid.
Yeah.
Okay. Expansion in liquid. Water expands on heating. Try this with the help of an adult. Take a glass filled with water to its brim. Pour the water into a container and heat it. Do not boil. Now try to pour the glass back into the same glass. The water overflows. Pour the water. Next, expansion in gases. If you keep an inflated balloon in the sun for some time, what will happen? It will grow in size as the air inside it expands or taking heat from the surroundings.
Yeah. Is that clear, girls?
Ma'am,
Yeah. Girls, is that
what?
clear? Can we move to practice now?
Not able to hear you.
Hmm?
I'm not able to hear you.
Nishika, Neha, Yakshin, can we move to the practice of assignment now?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's first begin with the objective questions only, okay? Everyone keep writing your answers in the chat personally. So, objective question. Try to answer for first, second, and third quickly. Which of these is a reversible change? Think before you answer. Which of these is reversible? 1, 2, 3, and then with numbers, write the correct option. 1, 2, 3, all together at once. Waiting for answers. Reaction, write 1, 2, 3 in the single message, please. Because scrolling up and down that and again is difficult. First is which of these is reversible, sorry. The change which can be reversed back and we can get the same thing again. Second is asking for irreversible, that is cannot be reversed back. And again, third is asking irreversible where no new substance is formed. Okay. Neha, why third third is wrong, dear? Think about it. Only Neha and Shreyansi shared other action complete answer quickly. Nishika, good. Shreyansi,
Mine correct?
correct. Nishika, yours are also correct. Neha, the action waiting for you only.
Mom, I have submitted my answers.
No, not Neha, the action. The action only first you have shared, first and second now. Second also D and third also D. Second and third D. Neha na the action. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now write for fourth, fifth, sixth all together. If two substances brought in contact, the result is Neha is there. 4, 5, and 6. You think what happens? If two substances are brought in contact, like suppose uh, I mix curd and sugar, powdered sugar. Okay. And then I heat it because D option says if they are heated, then it becomes irreversible, and otherwise it will be reversible. So do you think D option is going correct? Because A and B are to, means very obvious incorrect. It is not always a reversible, neither it is irreversible. Good, Neha. All correct. Reaction 6 is incorrect. Reaction 6,
Okay.
correct and sixth answer, huh? Shreyansa Nishita.
Ma'am, can you scroll down?
Okay. Shreyan's fifth is incorrect. Nishika,
Okay.
all correct. Nishika, good. No other action. Your sixth, okay, it's C, B, A. Fourth C, 5B, and sixth A.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, which of these is irreversible chemical? Except burning of paper, or are, all are reversible in sixth question. Fifth one, melting of ice to form water because it can be reversed and no new substance is formed. And fourth one, if we bring two substances in contact, it can be reversible. it can be irreversible as well. Getting it? Okay, now seventh quickly. Growth in plants and animals is this you can tell verbally. This you can tell me verbally only. What type of change is
Ma'am, a physical change.
So physical change is usually reversible. Can you convert that same plant?
And C, ma'am.
Hmm?
C.
Neither physical nor chemical since it is a life process. So what type of change is the growth of plant and animal? Okay, suppose we are also growing. When we born, our height is few centimeters. Then we become like 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 feet, 4 feet, etc. So can we get our same height back to the that of a newborn baby? What do you think the growing of our height and weight is a physical or chemical?
Ma'am, physical but irreversible.
Yes. So you have got the exception now. Okay. But what about the lengthening of our bones and muscles, etc.? So this is either a physical or a chemical, depending upon the how much growth is.
D, ma'am.
Huh? D.
D, yes, ma'am.
If you fill in the blanks, first one, Priyansh, you are supposed to tell. Change that can be easily reversed is called a hmm. Come on, Priyansh. Okay. Actually, they are not asking because the word is already mentioned that can be easily reversed. You could have written physical or chemical. It's usually a physical change. Okay, students, see now this worksheet is has a lot of questions. B part fill in the blanks. Then C true false. D answer in 1 or 2 words. Okay, at least this section one, complete section one, you can solve from fill in the blanks. I'll share this also, and the next, sorry, I'll share this one. Please practice and let me know in case of any doubt.
Okay.
Okay. Fine, children. Bye bye.
Bye, bye.
Ma'am,